My biggest challenge was motivation. Having the motivation to get up in the morning, go to my 8 a.m. Zoom class, even turning on my camera was really difficult. That stark difference of seeing people every day and having that social interaction with people and then going from that to nothing at all was really hard. And after a while, my social skills were, getting worse. I didn't even feel like talking in my Zoom classes.
I am a graduating PCC student, and I will be leaving this institution with $30,000 of student loan debt, which I cannot pay back. This community college moving forward has to address the lack of affordable housing in Portland. And affordable is not $850 a month, like a lot of people want to believe. Affordable is not $900 a month. Affordable is about $500 to $600 a month, because most of the jobs that students are able to get are part-time. Most of those part-time jobs are minimum wage. The Oregon minimum wage right now is $14.50 an hour, which makes it impossible to go to school and still afford a place to live.
Hi. So the biggest challenge, I think, was just having energy enough to do my homework and being in school while the world is essentially burning down. It was really hard to focus and get everything done in a timely manner because of how upsetting some events have been recently. I felt very alone sometimes during my years of PCC because I didn't know who to talk to about it or how to connect with other BIPOC students about the racism we have to deal with and face. Even on online courses, I was also very unprepared to deal with the racism in college. Thank you.
So my biggest challenges were probably navigating classes. Like each new class was a totally different setup. It was a bit hard to navigate through that, but it was fine. Also, Zoom was a pain. It kept crashing on me during classes and stuff, so a little bit out of my control, but And tutoring. Tutoring was only open 2 days out of the week, at least right now. I'm pretty sure it was open like 5 days before. It's probably just because they're short-staffed, but yeah. And some professors are not that great. I had one that kind of just, my Wi-Fi went out during the final, and so I just couldn't do the final anymore. And I talked to her about it, and she kind of just blamed everything on me, told me I need to own up to my mistakes and do better, which is understandable because, it was kind of my Wi-Fi that went out, but still kind of rough.
Hi there, this is William Holt, and I recently completed my associate's degree at PCC and will be transferring to PSU in the fall to pursue a degree in art history. So as I reflect on my time at PCC over the last 2 years, I think that the biggest highlights were the relationships that I was able to make with my professors, even remotely over Zoom, email, and D2L Brightspace. I worked with so many great professors who challenged me to take my work further and to be the best version of myself. And not only this, they rewarded me every time I was successful and continued to encourage me even when I wasn't. These relationships have been crucial as I move forward with both my academic and my professional career. They've provided references for me that have allowed me to obtain both scholarship and internship opportunities.
My biggest challenge this year was dealing with my mom's newly diagnosed dementia. I'm the type of daughter who's always going to be there for my mom. I don't have the ability to place her in a memory care facility and never visit her. Juggling such a massive responsibility while taking anatomy and physiology, along with psychology, was certainly challenging. Having a global pandemic interrupt everything only made it worse. My biggest highlight this year was completing Biology 231 and 232 with A grades. It was a lot of hard work, and there were many challenges during the process, but I did it. I look forward to taking Biology 233 this summer and aim to earn another A. I was grateful to social distance, better protect my mom, who is a 73-year-old senior, from catching COVID-19 from me, and still stay on track with my education by taking online classes.
I guess I just wanted to say that this year has probably been actually really enjoyable to have online. I've really actually benefited from the online courses as far as I don't have to worry about being late to class. I don't have to worry about, if I'm sick, I can still attend. When my kids, didn't have school and stuff, I could still be home with them and not have to worry about where they were going to be or if I could still make it to class and things like that. So I actually really enjoyed it. It was, for me, being a single parent, it was really helpful.
The biggest highlight would have to be working in support groups. Fall of 2020, I took public speaking, and that was new to the professor because it was always taught in person. So having an online avenue for this really changed the dynamics of the course, and it helped when we broke up in groups. And in my group, we helped motivate each other, and we talked about life and school. So we weren't alone, and that helped me progress and get out of that term, learning new things and building new relationships.
So even remote learning can be flexible, people like it, and so on. I was very excited to have the chance, to go and take face-to-face class. Then after nearly 2.5 years of living in Portland, I finally went to PCC, and I was able to take my first in-person class during the spring term, and I love it. I love it. And now I'd like to share something about really special about my teachers. And so far, I've only had the wonderful teachers as I could have. And I want to say thank you, PCC, and thank you for my teachers.
I just want them to be better. I've had a few good experiences with some staff, but overall, many things were a struggle that didn't need to be. They need to work on their problem solving skills and not be so quick to say no, just because they would have to put in extra energy to find a solution to my specific struggle. And above all, stop thinking that all students fit into one box. We just don't. We all have our different paths and ways that we navigate our education. Let us do that. Think outside the box. Put in the energy to find that yes instead of a no. I spent so much time trying to put together the right PCC team who were willing to help me achieve my goals. And that time could have been spent, in my classes, on my homework, petting my cats, implementing some much needed self-care. The process just could be simpler.
I'd like the college administration to know that lower to middle income families of all races and backgrounds are having a hard time right now due to surging inflation, stagnant wages, and increasing gas prices and rent prices. We are all having to change the way we live and work longer hours just to put food on the table, to keep the lights on and a roof over our heads, and many people are struggling right now who might not have been at the beginning or during the pandemic. Historically, increased economic instability leads to increased social unrest and crime, and that worries me about the future of our nation and our community, which was already on shaky ground to begin with post-pandemic. It is vitally important right now to maintain a message of positivity and unification in these tense times, not stoke division and hate. I have confidence that PCC leadership will do what's right and make all students feel safe and secure, and to reassure everyone that there will be a bright and hopeful world left for us to use these degrees in once this period of hardship is over.
I want to college administration to know if they can make choices for students to take classes in person or remotely. I feel that making options will motivate many students to keep taking classes. They will save time and money. At the end, I was one of the students who received emergency grant. It was helpful during pandemic.
Lastly, some feedback for administration. Every student faces struggles whether they express them or not. To continue helping students during this time, keep promoting these services to their fullest capacity. By regularly informing students of all available resources, individuals may not have to struggle alone. Thank you so much, and let's make next school year a really good year. Bye.